All right, so it has been one night times since last times I was here. So it's the next day, and today we are gonna start taking apart top end. I have decided over the night that I'm gonna take the heads off because like there is a lot of carbon buildup here. Like, I mean, like, look at that. That is ridiculous. Like burnt oil and carbon buildup on that. So I'm gonna take the heads off and I'm gonna lap the valves and clean up those exhaust ports because that's just horrible. On that side and on this side are just both completely horribly caped and stuff because of those valve stems and the time that it was burning oil through these spark tubes here because of the valve cover being messed up, like the valve cover gaskets. So I have decided heads are gonna come off. I didn't really want to do that, like I really didn't, but I mean, whatever. Gotta do what I gotta do, I guess. I guess it gives me a chance to really go through it and get it figured. I'm gonna have to order some head gaskets because I want to put new head gaskets in it, obviously, while the heads are off. I'm gonna throw you guys up on a time lapse because there's really no point in me talking and yapping about while I take this apart and having to cut out an hour and a half of footage and stuff like that. I'm gonna throw you up on this tripod that is up here, and we're gonna get to work because we got a lot of work ahead of us. Alright, so it's a little later in the evening here. I got my mess cleaned up around here. I scrubbed my floor up with some dish soap to get some of this oil off of here so I don't fall on my ass while I'm trying to work on my engine. Now, what I want to do now with the engine is I want to start taking this timing off. I want to take this Vanos, like whole Vanos unit, camshaft unit, I mean Valvetronic camshaft unit here, and this Vanos unit here. I want to take all of that off out as one unit and sit it somewhere safe. I'll probably go grab a box or some cardboard to sit it on. I'm going to take this lower oil pan off here, figure out what size it is. I'm going to take that off so that I can make sure that there is literally no more oil in it that can, or not as much oil in it that can drain up top and get in places it really shouldn't be in. All right, I have taken the oil pan off, and I'm really not liking what I'm seeing at all. So Let's grab a magnet. If any of this stuff is magnetic, I'm gonna oh, here's a little piece of metal. Let's just do this for a second. See what all we got going on down in here. There's actually metal. There's a couple pieces of metal, but I mean, like, that's a given. This has probably never really been off before, I don't think. So I mean, there's gonna be little pieces of metal. It has 114,000 on it, but that's a little aggressive. I need new rod bearings. Son of a mother. I knew something else was gonna be our issue. This is a chunk of aluminum. That's just like foil. What the f? How did that shit get in there? How did that get in there? And what is this stuff? Like, why is there so much bearing material in there? It's not from this. This thing's still intact. This is like new. What the fuck? Was this replaced? This might have been replaced. Where's my flashlight? That's like plastic. Where did this shit come from? What's falling apart that is causing this? Don't mind the coolant in there. That's from me taking it out. But like this shit, that's plastic. That's literally just plastic. Like what the f? And that's just a bunch of broken plastic. So where did that come from? Where did that come from? Where'd my pen go? Where could that have came from? Whatever. Well, into it, except for getting to it, brother. I guess so. Might as well stay positive about it. This motor's heavy. Heavy. So, I mean, I guess it's just gonna have to come apart. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. I mean, it's just gonna come apart. I gotta hose my floor off again. Whatever. Really wasn't wanting to have to do that. All right, so we got the engine over here again. I cleaned up the floor here, organized my tools again like normal. It is the next day, however. I didn't really get to do what I wanted to do last night. Kind of just had to clean my mess up after I made my mess. But I did some research last night and I wasn't really paying attention. And I was confused of whether or not. Well, I'm gonna throw you guys up on a time lapse. I'm gonna sit you up there so you get a cool angle from above. I'm gonna have to get this pump out because I don't want to just take this off and leave the pump in here. I have to get to the rods anyway to check the rod bearings and check the bottom of the walls because I don't want to move it while it's there's no oil in it really. So I want to just look without turning the motor over. So I'm gonna get this pump off. We're gonna get this shroud off. I'm gonna figure it out, see where all the bolts are to this because I don't really know. So we're just gonna have to wing it here. It looks like this cover comes off here. These hoses come off, these lines come off, and then you can get to all the bolts past this cover. This bolt is here, bolt, and under this cover there's more. So I'm gonna have to figure it out as I go. I'm gonna throw you guys up on a time lapse while I do it so we can figure it out. Yeah, after that, then we can start working on this timing up here, get that timing off and we can pull the heads. I mean, let's get to it, I guess. I got plenty of bag. No more room to put parts, but we're gonna figure it. So we got this oil pump out. That actually was a lot easier than I thought. I didn't actually need to take these bolts out here, so I can put those back in. That's to actually disassemble the oil pump to get to the gears and stuff, and I don't need to do that. We're gonna start taking these off. I'm gonna start with the passenger side head. We're gonna take these guides off, take the timing chain off. After the timing chain is off, we can take this upper Valvetronic and intake cam unit off, and then the exhaust cam on this side off. I'm gonna throw you guys up on a time lapse so you can watch me take this passenger side head off. I think I'm actually gonna just take the timing off and everything on both sides, and then I'll take the heads off on both sides so that I don't really get ahead of myself. Alright, so I'm going to end this video here. I had to find an area that people weren't in and making a lot of noise so I could do the outro. We got a lot done in this video. There's a lot done. We got down to cylinders, everything. Those, by the way, you'll see in the next videos, do not look good at all whatsoever. So nothing. Actually, I'll give you a hint. This engine's screwed. I'm just going to say that. But you will see that in the next video. So I do hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you did enjoy it so much, consider sharing the video. That'd be pretty helpful. But I mean, if not, you don't have to. I'm not making you watch it. You don't have to watch it. You can click off.
I'm all in. Brody on the line, I'm tapping in. Got out here pulling the strings for me. A girl on the line, she feeling me. Preoccupied by the motivation. Put in the time, pay the entry fee. Bro on the right, yeah, he kinda nice. Inside of my mind, no one's real as me. Lately, life has been gorgeous. Wake up to clear, my eyes hit recorded. Praise up to God, I ain't chasing no. Swinging and miss, got me hitting.